tracking a series of developments expected this afternoon from court. In just over an hour, the man charged in the shooting on I-94 over the weekend will face a judge for the first time. So here's what we know so far in what the State Patrol is calling a use of force incident.
A Minneapolis man is facing 6 felony charges after law enforcement says he fired multiple shots at a state trooper. The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Investigation says Eddie Freeman shot at trooper Mark Van Steeg after Freeman was involved in a car crash. BCA says Van Steeg returned fire, but neither of them were hit. Van Steeg is currently on leave. The report states Freeman's girlfriend broke up with him while she was driving. She told investigators Freeman then grabbed the steering wheel and crashed the car.
Also happening at 1:30, the suspect in a deadly Brooklyn Park shooting will make his first court appearance. Court documents show 32-year-old Liu Chang shot and killed a relative at an event celebrating the birth of several kids in the family. Police say Chang told them he shot the victim because he disrespected him. We know more about changes coming in among Metro Transit police. Sources now confirm that Chief Ernest Morales resigned from his post. Those sources say an investigation is underway into his conduct. Morales joined the department in March of last year. He was placed on leave in August. Officials tell us Captain Joseph Dotseth will now serve as interim chief. Emergency evacuations are now underway in Florida, where now Hurricane Helene is expected to grow into a Category 3 storm. NBC's Marissa Parra shows us how the area is preparing.
I'm Marissa Parra in Pinellas County. This is the Tampa Bay region, but specifically this county is under mandatory evacuation, especially for mobile home residents, those who are in low-lying areas. And what you're seeing are the people who are taking the preparations, the steps needed now before it's too late. This gentleman right here is in the middle of a shift. Some people who are sandbagging are doing it for the very first time. Some people I've spoken to are doing it after they had flooding the last time with one of the other hurricanes, Hurricane Idalia, Hurricane Debbie. We have seen the impacts that storms like this one that is approaching have had on the region. We know most of the state of Florida is under a state of emergency because remember, the big threat here for a lot of these regions is going to be the flooding, is going to be the storm surge, which is why people are sandbagging, of course. But we're seeing all kinds of preps. We're seeing people forming lines at the gas station, fueling up, stocking up on supplies, on food, non-perishables, charging up their batteries. This is what authorities are asking people here to do, to stock up now before it's too late.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are expected to pass a funding bill to avoid a government shutdown next week. A vote last week failed to pass, but the new proposal was created through negotiations between House Speaker Mike Johnson and top Democrats. It would keep current funding through December 20th. It also removes a proposal by Donald Trump to revise election law nationwide. If it passes the House, it will then move to the Senate, which is expected to quickly approve it.
Turning to Decision 2024, just hours ago, new results dropped from our KARE 11 NPR News Star Tribune Minnesota poll. This time, results are focused on how Minnesotans feel about the election process. When it comes to this year's presidential election, half of likely voters say they have high confidence votes will be counted accurately. Around 29% have moderate confidence. The rest have little to no confidence votes will be accurately counted. We also asked voters how they plan to cast their ballot. 74% plan to vote in person. That's up from 2020. 13% plan to vote absentee. That's down from 26% in 2020. Meanwhile, 11% say they'll drop off a ballot before Election Day. And 50% of voters polled say they believe absentee voting is protected against significant levels of fraud. 38% disagree. We are just 40 days out from Election Day, and the candidates are also hitting the campaign trail hard this week. Today, Vice President Harris will deliver a speech in Pittsburgh outlining her economic vision for her presidency. And on Friday, she's planning to visit the U.S.-Mexico border while in Arizona. As for former President Donald Trump, he's set to give a speech in North Carolina in less than an hour. Then he has stops planned in Michigan and Wisconsin later this week.
In just a few hours, you also have the chance to give your say on the future of the metro area. Right now, after work today, the Metropolitan Council is asking for your input. Now, your ideas will go towards Imagine 2050. It's a draft policy plan for things like land use, housing, and transportation. You can also submit feedback online through October 7th. Tonight's hearing is at 5 in the Met Council chambers in St. Paul. And a new park is now officially open in Minneapolis. Greco Park is new, 9-acre park, and it's just north of the Plymouth Avenue Bridge in the city's north side. Right now, it includes new trails and walkways, a river landing, and public art. The next phase is a 4,000 square foot park structure opening this winter and a trail connection to Boom Island Park. Well, hey, check this out. Ahead of this weekend's border battle, some Vikings players got to have a little fun hosting a youth flag football tournament. The team partnered with the St. Paul Police Athletics League, St. Paul Parks and Rec, and some local flag football teams for the event in Eagan. Players including Harrison Phillips, Ivan Pace Jr., and Joshua Metellus were on hand to lead the kids to victory.
I'm here to impact lives and show kids that, at the end of the day, we're just normal guys who just love playing football and here to inspire. And I'm hoping I'm doing so. I just like being around them. They make me smile, and I'm hoping my energy is infectious and hopes to get them to smile as well.
Oh man, his energy is always infectious. The Vikings play Green Bay this weekend. We will have more on that and what to expect in the next few minutes.